It's Madden NFL 24. Up next, we'll see Ryan Tannehill. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Bucs and the Saints, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 24.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they come in after tasting defeat for the first time in about a month as their loss snapped a 4-game winning streak. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and off we go from Tampa. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. Ryan Tannehill will be orchestrating the offense, the top 10 pick back in 2012.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. You look at this Saints defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but if they have any hopes in making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Tannehill. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. First down, here's White. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Wreaking havoc was Nathan Shepard, the D tackle. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making picking up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
This will be caught inside the 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on third down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
Here's White, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Now Tannehill on 3rd and goal. Gets it out quick. It's Gage on the slant. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Russell Gage, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here come the Saints now for their first drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
Now it's 2nd and 10. Now the Iowa State product, it's Kene Nwangwu. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8. Ritter. And a catch right side by Evans. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A gain of 5. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. This defense for the Buccaneers, they were terrific a week ago when they went over Washington.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he is going to have a Saints first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Ritter. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Straight ahead, here's Nwangwu. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. 2 carries for him now on the opening drive, both for good yardage.
And based on film study, they thought that there was a chance to spring him more than once for some pretty good yardage in this game.
The right side going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. On first down, they'll run with the longer. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Hey, go Fury. Fight, 97.
Ritter now. Touchdown, Saints. Ken Walker from a yard out. And the Saints respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Tannehill. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Intended target on that one, Russell Gage. But now it'll be 3rd down. And you look at the Saints defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
And he gets it. Midfield across the 45 before. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down. They'll go up the middle with White. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Knocked that down for a win in the defense's column.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. 7-7, our score after 1. 2nd quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And stepped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
White. will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and goal from the 1. Again, this is White, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Touchdown! Chris Godwin, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bucs have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's Chris Godwin who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you lucid?
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And a return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with White. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down. Here's Tannehill. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Tannehill. And the pressure gets to him again. Chase Young, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. This offense so far on 3rd down, no problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This will be 3rd and forever. Here's Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Second and 10.
Ultra. Go ultra.
In motion right, that's Hardman. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Back to Walker on first down. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Up the middle, no longer. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. The Saints at 13-3 now on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now a first carry for their fullback. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
On second down, here's Miller. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kendre Miller. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will come out to the 25. It's Lewis going to opt to not return it. Offense heading back out, and with them comes Rashad White. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 50 yards rushing for him now to this point. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Tannehill on 3rd down. And a dump off to White. No gain on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints again ready to go on offense. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick script.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Saints are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Moody good with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. Back now comes Tampa Bay. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
So the but the roughing the passer call bails them out.
Which means you have to stay on the field on defense longer because you've given the offense free snaps, not to mention the free yardage after that mistake.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. There's the stiff arm. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down now, but that clock rolling. Tannehill now to throw. Left side, it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. A good pickup there, 21 yards. On first down, it's Tannehill. Completes it again to Gage. Here's a 2nd and 5. To throw is Tannehill. He's got Otten on the out route. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Tannehill. That's complete right around the 8. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill. And the Buccaneers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that gives him a 3-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So if they can win here in Tampa, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And we're going to get a timeout. With 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Throw here is incomplete. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And the Panthers are out in front as they play the second quarter. Terrace Marshall, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Tyler Lockett, a touchdown reception. We were treated to a fine first half from the veteran Ryan Tannehill. He threw a first quarter touchdown pass, then 2 more in the second quarter, a 3-touchdown half. And he may just be getting started. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Saints going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
On second down, here's Nwangwu. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense. Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
3rd and 3. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. 3rd and short, Ritter. This will be caught by Brown. And he is going to have a Saints first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Steal! Check steal! Smash!
Looking to throw it here, Ritter. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 40 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Ritter throwing on third down. That is caught. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave, 40 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Moody good with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They run straight ahead here with White, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Third down and 4.
Back to throw, Tannehill. They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
But these are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Oh, design run for their wideout. And he'll be taken down at the 34. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
Ritter will set up to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this will stay a 4-point game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with the throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is fielded inside the 5. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He lets it go deep for Olave. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
The run there on first down gets him a yard to the 26.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Opting to run again here with White. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go play action now. Jackson out to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Now Ritter to throw on first down. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Vita Vea collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing.
Back now in Tampa. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. Second down throw coming for Ritter. And he's got his big tight end here. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 38-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Ritter on 1st and 10. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Bucs are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Now it's Tannehill. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Now Moody for the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Tannehill. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Here's Tannehill. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
52 blaster.
At the 50-yard line.
Ritter off to play fake. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and forced an incompletion.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And this offense on third down today, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To the air again, Tannehill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Paulson Adebo.
And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. After the interception, here's Jackson. And his throw is incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Play action. It's Jackson. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Now Ritter.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Saints look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns them there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time the tight end gets them.
24.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
A gain of 32 that time. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
Play action. It's Tannehill.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Tannehill. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also...
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
And looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 8.
Here's Tannehill. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. They'll give him 4 yards there. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Out of the gun, Tannehill.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Tannehill now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
Again, Tannehill. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor.
this one home. It's a touchdown.
This has just really been a solid second half from them, CD, as they add another touchdown to the lead and they start to pull away in what was once a close ball game.
Yeah, they actually put the Jets on in this one, didn't they? Put a little cherry on top with that touchdown. Now we just got to play out this final minute, and they'll get a chance to celebrate a very hard-earned victory.
The extra point try now for Moody.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And this is caught by Evans. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And they call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Here's Tannehill.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Tannehill's throw on target to Godwin here.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. One last throw here for Tannehill. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Saints,
they get yet another victory to finish the year at 14-3 overall.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay,
it's a tough loss to